Can your thoughts be stolen? This sounds like a plot from a sci-fi movie, right? Something out of Inception or a cyberpunk novel. But what if I told you that we're getting closer to a reality where this could actually happen? It's a bit unsettling, but also fascinating. Let's dive into the world of brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, and see just how secure our innermost thoughts really are. First off, what are BCIs? Simply put, they are devices that create a direct communication pathway between a wired brain and an external device. Think of it as a bridge between your thoughts and a computer. For years, this technology has been a beacon of hope, especially in the medical field. Imagine people who have lost the ability to speak, move, or interact with the world around them. BCIs can translate their brain signals into commands, allowing them to control robotic limbs, type messages with their minds, or even regain some sensory perception. The potential to restore function and improve quality of life is absolutely revolutionary. The progress is inspiring, and the future for medical applications looks incredibly bright. Big tech companies are pouring billions into developing non-invasive BCIs for the consumer market. It's also a potential input device, and it's generating a constant stream of highly personal data. The process of stealing a thought isn't as simple as plucking a fully formed idea from your head like a file from a computer. It's more about decoding the raw data your brain produces. Your brain activity, measured as electrical signals, contains clues about your emotional state, your focus, what you're seeing, and even subconscious biases. Researchers have already shown that with the right algorithms, they can analyze this brain data, called EEG data, to figure out some pretty personal things. For example, they can determine if you recognize a face in a crowd, what number you're thinking of, or even your political leanings, all without you saying a word. This process is often called brain reading or neural decoding. It's not magic, it's just advanced pattern recognition. The algorithms are trained on vast amounts of brain data to find correlations between specific neural patterns and specific mental states or information. So, how could this be exploited? Imagine you're wearing a trendy new BCI headset to play a game. While you're focused on winning, the device is also collecting data about your brain's reactions. It's a marketer's dream, but a consumer's privacy nightmare. The information gleaned could go beyond just what you want to buy. It could reveal your emotional vulnerabilities, your fears, or your hidden preferences. This data, in the wrong hands, could be used for more than just selling you products. It could be used for social engineering, political manipulation, or even blackmail. Let's take it a step further. What about security? We're worrying about our passwords and credit card numbers being stolen, but what about our brain data? This is the most intimate data we have. If a hacker could gain access to the data stream from your BCI, they could potentially infer sensitive information. Imagine a scenario where you're using a BCI to type a password just by thinking it. A sophisticated hack could intercept and decode those neural signals. This has been demonstrated in a lab setting. Researchers call it a brain-to-text attack. While it's still complex and not something the average hacker can do today, The technology is evolving rapidly. As BC has become more integrated into our lives, securing them will be one of the biggest cybersecurity challenges of the future. We'll need new forms of encryption and security protocols specifically designed for neural data, a concept many are calling neural rights or mental privacy. The conversation around neural rights is gaining momentum. Experts are proposing new human rights to protect us in this emerging era. These include the right to mental privacy, which means you have control over who can access your brain data. Another is the right to personal identity, ensuring that no one can alter your sense of self through BCI technology. And then there's the right to free will, protecting you from being unknowingly manipulated by external neural stimulation. Chile has already taken a pioneering step by amending its constitution to explicitly protect brain activity and information. It's the first country in the world to do so, setting a precedent for others to follow. This isn't just about preventing thought theft. We need to build these safeguards now, before the technology becomes widespread and deeply embedded in our society. On one hand, the potential for good is immense, offering hope and new possibilities for millions. We absolutely should continue to pursue the medical applications that can change lives for the better. On the other hand, the potential for misuse is deeply concerning. The idea of corporations or governments having a window into our minds is a dystopian prospect we need to actively work to prevent. As consumers, we need to be aware of what we're signing up for. When these consumer BCs hit the market, we need to read the privacy policies. We need to ask hard questions about where our brain data is going, how it's being used, and how it's being protected. We need to demand transparency and accountability from the companies developing this technology. It's not about stopping progress. It's about steering it in a direction that respects our fundamental rights and human dignity. So, can your thoughts be stolen? Not in the literal, movie-like sense yet, but can your brain activity be decoded to reveal incredibly personal information without your explicit consent? Absolutely, and that's a reality we need to be prepared for. The technology is racing ahead, and our laws and ethics need to catch up. The future of brain-computer interfaces is not yet written. It's up to all of us scientists, engineers, policymakers, and the public to shape it into one that empowers humanity rather than exploits it. It's a fascinating and slightly scary road ahead. What do you think? Are you excited about the potential of BCs, or are you more concerned about the risks to our mental privacy? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of technology. See you in the next one.